Hello! Yay! So I am back with my vitamin D video. If you haven't watched my in-depth video on sunscreen, UV rays, skin cancer, all that stuff, I would highly recommend you to watch the video because I really liked it and it's very informative. But today we are going to talk about vitamin D, so let's get into it. So vitamin D is kind of like a vitamin, and it helps to regulate your calcium levels in your body. So it helps to strengthen your bones and also helps you to keep your joints and muscles intact. So if you have insufficient vitamins or a vitamin D deficiency, you might deal with weakened bones, bone pain, joint pain, muscle pain, but it also can lead to your body being very not energized enough and you're very tired all the time. So keeping your vitamin D levels sufficient is really important. But how do you get vitamin D? So when your body absorbs UVB rays, your skin produces that vitamin D. But you can also get vitamin D by eating animal products, so by eating animals that have already created that produce the vitamin D. You can get the vitamin D by eating stuff, but it's not enough to keep your levels high. So you need about 600 IU, so international units of vitamin D. By going out in the sun for about 15 to 20 minutes with t-shirt and shorts, you can get about 2000 to 3000 IUs, which is a lot more than you actually need. But your body, it can actually store that vitamin D in your fat cells. So you can use that vitamin D that you have created in summer to use it in winter when it's colder, when the sun isn't shining as much. That helps a lot with people who live in colder climates, people who live in warmer climates near the equator. You won't have a lot of problems with vitamin D. But people that live, for example, like me in Germany, you might need to get extra vitamin D in summer to have it in winter. But the problem with me personally, I do not have any fat cells on my body, so I can't store vitamin D. So my doctor gave me vitamin D supplements. So a lot of people avoid sunscreen or sun protection in general to get that vitamin D, because vitamin D deficiency is, in a way, people say it's a pandemic, because not like Corona, but it's like an ongoing problem in our society, and that they don't get enough vitamin D. And so people are avoiding sunscreen and sun protection to get that sufficient amount of that vitamin. So they are also harming their skin, and they are at high risk of getting skin cancers, because if you watched my last video, you would know that if you are in the sun a lot, you can get skin cancer. So you shouldn't trade in your skin health and skin cancer protection just for getting enough vitamin D, because as I said, you can get it through food, and if you don't eat animal products, you can get it through supplements. But also, studies have shown that putting on sunscreen doesn't really decrease the amount of vitamin D you produce. Yes, theoretically it could do that because it's blocking out UVB rays, but practically it never happens. In reality, it never happens, because people don't put the sufficient amount of sunscreen on their bodies, because you should always use a teaspoon of sunscreen on your face area alone, a teaspoon on your arm, a teaspoon on the other arm. So people normally don't use enough, and sunscreen don't absorb all the UV rays that is touching your skin. So you will always produce a bit of vitamin D. So saying that sunscreen blocks out vitamin D production is not really the truth. So keep yourself protected. As I said, 20 minutes of going out in the sun makes enough. So if you're out in the sun all day long with sunscreen protection, you are good to go, you don't have any problems. So I hope you liked my video and find it informative at all. As always, I have linked down all the sources I used, the studies I used in German and in English. So I hope you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share it, and we will see each other next week. Tschüss!